Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. And in today's video I'm going to sun hat on, or cap, big cap, whatever you want to call it, sponsoring ATL, who, not really, but you know, it's who gave me the hat. That's who the brand of our milking parlour is. We've got these hats with the parlour. I seem to have lost the dog. So what are we doing in today's video? We are looking at sheep and lambs. No, not really. They're my brothers. But looking at the cows. They are grazing. So it's actually in the evening now, and the cows are actually out day and night. We've got a ring feeder over there. Well, you can see it. Come on, dog. We'll move a bit further over. You probably see. Just up front at slurry pit there, we're a ring feeder. We are looking at the cows and they are grazing. They are out grazing day and night at the minute. So not sure how well you can see me because it is going, the sun is dropping in the sky now, but they're out night and day grazing. And yeah, so it's made life easier, the cows being out, but we have a big problem, and it's a really big problem, and we're going to have another look. We're going to have a look at the problem. So the problem is how dry the ground is. All these big cracks here in the ground. That shouldn't be like that. So, what's the problem? Well, basically lots of cracks in the ground. And lots of cracks in the ground because of how dry it is. And actually, looking at the weather forecast, it's forecasting no rain for the next 2 weeks. So no rain for 2 weeks. That is terrible. We should not be, where are we? We should not be in May, the beginning, it's the 1st of May today. We should not be in a situation where we're looking at a drought situation. And one thing that has riled me a lot, come here, Des. I think we'll just move out of the way because this cow doesn't like me being near her. We'll go back to the gate. Because the cow does not like the dog. Come on, Ness. Yeah, so as I was saying, one thing that has riled me quite a bit recently is on the news they've been talking about climate change. And one of the things they said was the past 18 months have been extreme wetter than usual. Now that is not true, that is a lie, because the last 2 months, March and April 2025, have been some of the driest, have been two of the driest months on record. We've had significantly less rainfall than we should. That is hampering the grass growth on my particular farm and on lots of other livestock farms out there, because in about 2 weeks time we're going to be in a situation where we've got a big problem, and that big problem will be the cows don't have any more grass to graze. Because how it works is you have a lot of dry weather, but then you have rain in between and light showers of rain. Even if it's just light showers, all keep the grass growing and then reboot it and keep it reboot the growth and make it grow. So the soil acts like a bit of a sponge. So when it rains, it soaks up the water, and as it soaks up the water, it stores it for when you have long dry periods. But depending on what sort of soil you're on, up here we're on very gravelly, stony soil, so it doesn't hold much moisture at all. Eventually that moisture runs out, and as that moisture runs out, it just kills the grass, just dies. It like goes into like a hibernation mode and just stops growing, full stop. And that situation we're going to be in, we're going to be in it quite soon. Even though there's a few patches of our ground now that's burnt. When I say it's burnt, there isn't much soil there, and the sun's caught it and it's burnt it, and the grass has stopped growing, sadly. And that is going to hamper yields on first cut, silage. It's going to stop cows from having any grass to graze. and we are going to be in a right old situation, because if this dry weather carries on, so if May is going to be a dry month, which is the third drier than average month on record, then you have June, July and August, and if they're really dry, we can forget any chances of having a significant first cut silage. We can forget any chances of having any second cut grass to cut. Basically, we'll be in a right old situation. But thankfully, us, in our personal situation, if you look behind me, we have a stack of bales there. So we're doing quite well, and that's one of 4 stacks we've got. So if we wander a bit further over, you'll just make out there's another stack there, there's another stack above, and there's another stack round the parlour. So that's 4 stacks of bales. And I worked it out the other day, we've got actually about 1,000 round bales of silage left. So if we have the next 3 months, which are May, June, July, no, next 4 rather, May, June, July, August, are drier than average, we should be still in a situation where we've got silage. We'll be fine. We won't have to buy any in. But if we hadn't got that, we'd be buying in probably 1,000 round bales and in a right old mess. But cows are just talking to the dog. Don't worry, there. But there's a lot of farmers that will be in a worse situation than us, and it's all down to the weather. And big believer, there's a big thing in the news about climate change and what have you, and they all say, oh, it's higher than average rainfall. That is a load of rubbish, because actually the last 2 months have been drier than normal, due to, could be climate change, I do not know, but it's just how the weather works, and actually that causes more problems than high rainfall on this farm particularly. So it depends a lot on where you farm and what sort of soil structuring you've got, what have you. But this particular farm which we're on, I'm trying to get the cows in more, so you've got more footage other than me talking. But our personal situation is we farm better in a wet year than we do in a dry year, because dry weather causes almost more problems than wet weather. Dog's just running off for a bit of cubicle matting there. He's off for it. Bit of entertainment for you. But yeah, that's where we're standing right now. We've managed to get all our fertiliser on. Hopefully you've seen them videos. We've actually had some spraying done, so we've killed some weeds. And we were looking at potentially maybe in the summer doing a bit of overseeding. I'd like to have a go. We've not actually done that before, but it's something we would actually like to look at doing. But the one thing you need to do first is kill off any weeds that are in the sward of grass. But if we have if we've had a dry summer, we're in a pickle where we can't actually do that because the seed won't actually grow. But I think looking at it at the minute, at the long-term weather forecast, we are in for a drought, a really dry summer, a really dry year even. And we've just had, today was actually the hottest day in May, a day of the year so far. Was it 20 something degrees? What's the dog doing? Tell you what, I'll just give her this mat to throw. There we go. You know, play with that. Stop upsetting the cows then. But what I'm saying is, it's looking at being a really dry year, and that causes more problems because heat. Cows can suffer heat stress. So hot weather, they don't really like hot weather too much. If it's too hot, it upsets them. It makes the milk drop and everything. I mean, it'll make the milk drop even more if they don't have any grass, but you know, it upsets them. And cows are lovely creatures, and you know, you get upset when it's too hot. So we have got plenty of trees and wooded areas, like just there, where are we? There, so they can go and hide out in the shade. But they tend to be pestered with flies if they do that. So it's not nice for the cows if it gets really hot. But the other problem is they aren't drinking a lot of water. the water supply here isn't brilliant, I'm not going to lie to you, and you can run troughs dry very quickly in a hot, dry situation. So yeah, I just thought this would be a little update for you. Cows are out grazing, so they're all just chilling now. They have got option to have a bit of silage as well, which some of them are eating. And they've got water troughs as well. They obviously always have water troughs, but a little update on the situation that I think in the next few weeks we're going to be monitoring the weather forecast really, really closely, just purely because we're going to have first cut yield is going to be down. If it stays dry, second cut, third cut, it'll be non-existent whatsoever, and actually there won't be much silage made in 2025, which could cause problems next winter if that is going to be the case. But like I was pointing out, we're actually in a good situation with silage wise, plenty left over, but you know, there's going to be a lot worse farmers out there than us, because I know for a fact there are farmers out there that have run out of silage, that are buying it in, and if they're doing that now, what they're going to be doing in 3 months' time if we don't have any rain? Because what might happen is you might get a bit of rain in May, not much, might make grass grow a little bit, not too much again, but you know, if you need a consistent amount of rain coming through, but there's absolutely nothing in the weather forecast. And like I said in a previous video, but before we turned the cows out, if there's no rain, it's pointless putting fertiliser on because it won't wash in. You know, fertilisers are a soluble product, so you spread it on the field, and as you spread it, it should rain and wash it in. But the past week we've not had any rain. In a week we've had 0 rain. Well, maybe the last 10 days, I think, really. And there's now no rain for the next 2 weeks, so you're going to have a big 3-week gap with no rain. That's really going to hamper yields. I've seen some people silaging already. If there's already silaging, they're taking the crop off. They're wanting to put mock fertiliser on to get the next crop growing, and it won't. I seriously doubt it will grow very much. Obviously, it depends, like I say before, on your soil type and what have you. But even then, it's not gonna do much good this dry weather. But yeah. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. Update on the cows being out. They're happy. Milk's up as well. So they've been out now just over a week. Is it a week now? Yeah, it's a week. Week today they went out. They're out at night. Just helps with ease the workload a little bit. Hopefully we're going to get some heifers out as well in about a week's time. We're just waiting for freeze branding and scanning them, and then we'll vaccinate them for what they need vaccinating for, and we'll turn them out. So hopefully watch out for a video on that coming up soon. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Little update. Nothing exciting I can talk about much, apart from the worrying factor is are we in for a drought? Because if that is the case, we're going to have a significant problem. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe below as well if you don't mind. And I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you. Bye.